Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear, standing at the edge of a decision, unable to move forward because doubt has wrapped its chains around your heart? That moment when everything in you wants to trust God, but fear whispers louder than faith. There's a profound truth waiting for us today that will shatter those chains forever. Let me share with you one of the most powerful declarations ever spoken. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. These words weren't written in a time of peace and comfort. Paul penned this letter to Timothy, a young pastor facing persecution, opposition, and overwhelming responsibility. Timothy was afraid, and Paul knew it. Fear is not from God. Let that sink deep into your soul right now. That anxiety creeping into your thoughts about your future, that terror about your finances, that dread about your relationships. It's not heaven sent. God didn't author the fear that's been stealing your sleep and sabotaging your destiny. Fear is an intruder, a counterfeit spirit trying to convince you that it belongs in your life. What God has given you instead is power. Not the power to control everything around you, but the power to stand firm when everything is shaking. This is the same power that raised Jesus from the dead, the same power that parted the Red Sea, the same power that shut the mouths of lions. That resurrection power lives inside you right now, waiting to be activated by your faith. God has also given you love. When fear tries to isolate you and make you believe you're alone, love reminds you that you're deeply connected to the Father who will never leave you. This love casts out fear because it proves that God is for you, not against you. His love is the foundation that holds you steady when the storms of life threaten to sweep you away. And God has given you a sound mind. In a world filled with confusion and chaos, you have access to divine clarity. Your mind doesn't have to be a prison of worst-case scenarios and catastrophic thinking. You can think clearly, make wise decisions, and see situations from God's perspective instead of from the basement of fear. The transformation from fear to faith isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about recognizing the source of your strength. When you acknowledge that fear isn't from God, you stop giving it authority in your life. You stop treating it like a friend you need to listen to and start treating it like the enemy it really is. Faith rises when you remember who gave you the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. It's not something you conjure up through positive thinking or self-help strategies. Faith is the natural response to encountering the truth about God's nature and His promises. When you truly grasp that the Creator of the universe has equipped you with everything you need, fear loses its grip. Your fear wants to write the story of your future. It wants to tell you what you can't do, where you can't go, and who you can't become. But faith rewrites that narrative with God's truth. Faith says you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, that He who began a good work in you will complete it. Today, make a declaration over your life. Speak to that fear that's been holding you hostage and tell it the truth. It has no legal right to dominate you. You were not created to live small, to hide, to play it safe while your destiny waits. You were created to walk in power, to love boldly, and to think with the mind of Christ. The same God who spoke to Timothy across the centuries is speaking to you right now. He's reminding you of what He's already placed inside you. Stop waiting for fear to leave before you step forward. Step forward in faith and watch fear dissolve in the light of God's presence. Your breakthrough isn't on the other side of perfect confidence. It's on the other side of courageous obedience despite the fear. This is your moment to turn your fear into faith. Not tomorrow, not when circumstances change, not when you feel ready, right now. Receive the spirit of power, love, and sound mind that God has already given you. Let faith rise in your heart and drown out every voice that contradicts God's word over your life. You are equipped, you are empowered, and you are ready to walk in the fullness of everything God has called you to be.